I would say that at this point in time in the short-term vacation rental marketplace, there are just some basic things that need to be in place, right? Full kitchen, Wi-Fi, workspace. Those amenities need to be there in order for it to even be visible or even something that someone would even consider looking at. So if you think about the evolution of the marketplace, the vacation rental marketplace is not new. It's been around for 20 plus years. And what people used to do, they used to usually go to a property manager or they would list it on Craigslist. And so what was, I'm searching for a place to stay, you find a vacation rental, you get on the phone and call that person. There's an interview process, a screening process, could take days, weeks, has turned into, a site where you can search for vacation rentals. You click, click, and now there's a phone number. Then it turned into click, click, and then now you and I are communicating through an online portal or messaging to what's going on now is click, click, and book, and you and I don't even know who each other are except for the profiles that we put online and trust and verified, right? So that evolution is hand in hand with the type of stay that's there, right? If you go to a location and there aren't the basics, then it's just not going to fly. And I believe what's going on today is that what was considered luxury or cool before is now at a whole different level. If you don't have those basic amenities, then it's just not going to fly. It's not going to rank. No one's going to book, and you just won't get the kind of attention that you need. That said, I do think that in addition to that, corporates have become a lot more friendly. If you talked to me 2 or 3 years ago, there was this whole notion as to whether or not we can facilitate payments, whether or not it was legal. There was a whole world that was created around it. I think those conversations have completely dissipated. And for certain types of trips, particularly longer business trips, consulting agreements, you can kind of see the extended stays of the world and the short-term vacation rental market kind of foot on foot. If it's a banker or a short period of time that you're traveling for San Francisco, you probably won't stay at a vacation rental. You'll probably stay at a nice hotel. But you're definitely seeing that overlap continue. And I don't see any reason why that trend wouldn't continue as more inventory, more supply, more sophistication gets added to the market. Yeah, absolutely. I think that there definitely are property managers who are specifically focused on it, which makes sense because it is a different marketing and distribution channel. And if you're a business traveler, there is some sense of comfort associated with knowing that I go to the hotel I always go to because you know what's there and present. When you're talking vacation rentals, there's a little bit more risk or even a lot more risk involved. If you're going through a distribution channel or property manager that just specializes in that, it just obfuscates that risk and it just makes it easier to manage and easier to kind of travel and be comfortable with going to that destination. The flip side is this: is if you're a business traveler and you like going to the hotel, the hotel in San Francisco that's your favorite hotel, you might not get the room that you want, but you'll actually be able to stay there. If you go to San Francisco and you really have a preferred vacation rental, well, that vacation rental might be booked, and it's not like you can get something next door. It's just booked, right? So there's a whole different world that gets created around that, which could have to do with ease, which could have to do with the timing that you're there. It's going to be a different dynamic. Yeah, the attitude is definitely changing, and there was resistance for a while. The biggest issue to deal with on the corporate business travel side is liability management, right? So one of the big things that most corporates, large corporates, have in place with American Express, Global Business Travel, or any of the other business travel providers is the ability to understand where their employees at any point in time, right? So if there's a crisis situation or a risk situation, they know that their employees are here, this is what they're staying, and they can get a report and see that. If they're booking outside of that network, then they don't know, right? So the JP Morgans of the world, the Goldmans of the world, they're never going to go outside that platform. So the secret is to get the vacation rentals or the property managers to actually plug into and be the supplier to the business travel segment. So be a supplier to American Express Global Business Travel. If you're a supplier to that, then you get access to the distribution and platform. But for them to go out of network or out of system causes a whole other set of issues that they can't deal with. Now, that's the corporate policy, and the larger the institution, the bigger the institution, the more it's going to lean that way. The smaller ones, have a different mentality and profile.